What's going on, everybody? Taylor here, and I am finally about to watch the Superman trailer. I am so excited. I've been at work all day trying to avoid it while everyone else has had their reactions uploaded and they've been watching it a bazillion times. So I'm ready to just jump into it. I don't want to wait any longer. Let's do this.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
Oh, they're really cute.
You'd let
together.
me interview you as Superman.
Oh, is she actually interviewing him as Superman right now? Or is this like she's using him as like
Ready?
a test
Let's do it,
subject for
Cronkite.
what she would say
Superman.
if she was interviewing Superman?
Miss Lane.
This is fascinating.
Recently,
I can't tell
you've
which
come
one
under
it
a lot
is.
of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of
it's
fire,
it's a
but-
lot.
It's a really cool trailer setup, though.
Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions.
Oh,
That's funny.
My actions
wow,
stopped
this
a
is
war.
really cool to have him defending himself
Maybe.
as
Not maybe.
Superman or
In effect,
Superman.
you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman.
Wow, I love a Superman with personality
Did
that's
you
not
consult with
afraid
the
to go toe to
president?
toe with her. He's
No.
so
You
over it,
seemingly
though.
acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States.
representing
will
anybody
cause
except
more
for me.
problems around
and
the
and,
world.
and
Wow.
doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So people like him, kind of, at least a little bit, enough to help him, which is
Hey, buddy.
really a cool visual
Eyes
to
up
see.
here.
He looks great in the suit, by the way. Whew, there's so much they're throwing at us. I want whatever those are. Damn.
Your choices,
Those glasses! Those glasses with that, like,
your
blind
actions.
fur fur coat situation.
That's
Crazy.
what
Crazy look
makes
for
you
legs.
Who you are.
No, don't make me cry.
Superman.
Hell yeah, there he is.
He's not a man. He's an it.
That's brutal, Lex. Okay.
He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's
He
conversation.
looks so good in the role too. Damn.
I will not.
This whole
Accept
town is just
that.
getting wrecked. Oh! He's gonna put in such an intense performance. I can't wait. Oh, his parents are so cute in this. The scale of this is nuts. I am so overstimulated and so overwhelmed right now. Oh my good lord. Whew, I'm gonna need to watch that about 600 more times at least to process what I just
You have a
witnessed.
dog.
Yeah, he does, and it's the cutest dog. Oh, I love Crypto. If anything happens to Crypto, there's gonna be some words to be said, to be had. James Gunn. Wow, okay, so they showed us a lot more than I was expecting in this trailer. A lot that we haven't seen from previous teasers and trailers, which is really cool. I'm super overwhelmed by how much they just threw at us. Wow. I don't even know where to start. So I don't really know a lot about comics and comic book characters. So there's a lot we saw in here that I have no idea who we saw or what's happening or why. So if you want to fill me in on some of that in the comments, you guys, it's always appreciated. But I love the tone they're setting with this. I think it's really, really fun to get another Superman movie again where there's like some hope and some joy and some brightness, and it's not all just like grim and serious. Like sometimes that's a cool tone to take with a superhero for sure, especially if you haven't explored that before. But this feels like it's gonna kind of have both. But it definitely has that James Gunn kind of tone, right? That we love from your Guardians of the Galaxies and things like that. So I'm super curious to see how he handles that in the actual full movie, because it works really well for short clips and for trailers so far. And I've been skeptical about this movie since it was announced, because we've all been burned by superhero movies before, Superman specifically, and I know you all know that. You don't need me to tell you that. But I really like the setup here. I've been liking liking it and getting more and more excited for everything that's been released so far. So I feel like that's a good sign. I think Rachel looks great as Lois Lane, and again, like obviously David Cornsweet looks amazing as both Clark and Superman, which is great. I think he's gonna really give us that kind of distinct separation between the two, which I'm excited to see again. We haven't really had that in a long time. I think he has good body language. I think, again, this Superman / Clark Kent we're getting has a bit of bite to him. He's got some sass. He's got some personality, which is so cool. I love that. I love that he seems to like care about what he actually stands for and to like have a real like moral stance that he's willing to defend. So that's awesome. Nicholas Hoult, like I said, already looks iconic as Lex Luthor. Like whoever decided on the styling choices there knocked it out of the park. I'm so excited. He is such a talented actor, and I really think he's going to bring a lot of dynamic to the role. I think his acting range is insane. Like he's just so good, and we're so lucky that he got cast in the role. I'm super excited to see more of that. I'm glad we got a little bit more of it here. The one thing that did have me concerned and still does have me concerned to an extent is how many characters they're throwing at us here. It's on the one hand, it's cool because it's establishing that it's not just Superman out here. Like there are other people with powers and he's having to like interact with them, whether that's with them or against them or just kind of coexist. So that's cool. I'm just hoping that we don't spend too much time on any of them and that this is like definitely a Superman story. Like that's really what I'm hoping. I'm also like kind of on the fence about does Lois spend this entire movie knowing that Clark is Superman, or like does she not know at all? Was that kind of like I mentioned, was that kind of a fake out where she's using him as like a stand-in for if she was going to interview Superman, or is that like her really interviewing him as Superman? I hope we spend a little bit of the movie at least with her not knowing, because one of my favorite parts of Superman movies is getting to watch Clark have to kind of deal with that, have to toe that line of wanting to be close with Lois and not being able to show the other side of his identity. I think that brings such a cool element of mystery and attention to Superman's story. So I hope we do at least get a little bit of that if she is gonna know his identity at some point during this film. But yeah, I've been getting more and more excited with everything they release, which James Gunn, I'm gonna need you to not let me down here, all right? Don't get me super hyped like this and then let me down. So yeah, I have higher hopes for this movie than I thought I was ever going to. And the casting is also great across the board. I think visually it's interesting. I love other little moment I want to point out. I love that we see the shot of that girl. She's got like glass walls or like floor to ceiling windows behind her, and she's got the phone up ready to take a selfie with the mayhem and pandemonium that's happening behind her. That is such an accurate representation of where we're at as a society and how it would be if this stuff was actually happening. So what did you guys think of the trailer? I'd love to hear your thoughts, how excited you are for the movie. Thank you guys for checking this out. If you want to find me on social media, all my links are down in the description. Again, thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you around here again, and I'll see you next time.